Hello guys, welcome to Learn in 10 Minutes video series. This is Saad and I will be driving you through a course in Java programming. We will start with basic Java from scratch and master it in a series of videos. At the end of this course, you will know all the basics of Java programming language. For this course, you will require the Java Development Kit and the Eclipse IDE. You can download it from the links in the description. So let's begin with the list of the contents in today's lesson. I will show you how to make a new project in Eclipse, some basic Java programming, and run the famous Hello World application. After that, we will go through the program line by line and analyze it. Let's open our Eclipse and create a new project. To create a new project, click on File menu and go to the new Java project. After this dialog box has appeared, give your project a suitable name and click Finish. Now that we have created our project, it's time to create a new class. To create a new class, click on File menu and go to New Class. Once this dialog box has appeared, write a suitable name for your class. By convention, every letter of the class name should be capitalized. Once you have written the class name, select the checkbox followed by the public static void main and click Finish. Even though Eclipse has already created our class, but for demonstration purpose, we will write it down from scratch. The word class is a keyword, after which we will write the class name that we have written in the name field. Every class name is an identifier. By convention, class name begins with a capital letter and capitalize the first letter of each word they include. In our case, it's F in the word first and A in the word application. A name like this is known as an identifier. An identifier is a series of characters consisting of letters, digits, underscores, and dollar signs that does not begin with a digit and does not contain spaces. Here are some valid identifiers. The name 7 button is not a valid identifier because it begins with a digit, and the name input field is not a valid identifier because it consists a space in between the words. Normally, an identifier that does not begin with a capital letter is not a class name. The class body begins with the left braces and ends with the corresponding right braces. Within the class first application, we will write our main method. Similar to classes, the body of the main method will start with the left braces and ends with the corresponding right braces. Method main is the starting point of every Java application. The parentheses after the identifier main indicate that it's a program building block called a method. Java class declarations normally contains one or more methods. For a Java application, one of the methods must be called main and must be defined as shown in line 4. Otherwise, the Java virtual machine will not execute the application. Methods in Java perform tasks and can return information when they complete their tasks. We will explain the purpose of keyword static in upcoming lessons. Keyword void indicates that this method will not return any information. Within the parentheses, the keyword string followed by brackets and the variable args is a required part of the method main's declaration, which we will also discuss in upcoming lessons. The left brace begins the body of the method declaration. A corresponding right brace must end it. Now to print a statement on the screen, we will require a standard output object. We will do this by writing the system.out, which is a standard output object, and then calling the print method. The system.out is a standard output object which is predefined for you. It allows a Java application to display information in the console. You access method print using standard output object to display a line of text in the console. The string hello world followed by an exclamation mark in the parentheses is the argument to this print method. The entire line 5, including the standard output object, method print, the argument hello world in the parentheses, and the semicolon is called a statement. A method typically contains one or more statements that perform its task. Most statements end with a semicolon. When the statement in line 5 executes, it displays the text hello world in the console. To compile and execute this program, simply click the Run button or go to Run menu and click Run. We can see in the console that hello world has been printed for us. We can see that the print stream has only printed the hello world and the exclamation mark. Earlier I forgot to mention that in line 1, line 6 and line number 7 we have used commands. We insert commands to document programs and improve their readability. The Java compiler ignores commands, so they do not cause the computer to perform any action when the program is run. In this program, the main work is done by line number 5, which instructs the computer to perform an action, namely to display the characters contained between the double quotation marks. The quotation marks themselves are not displayed. Together, the quotation marks and the characters between them are a string, also known as a character string or a string literal. White spaces character in strings are not ignored by the compiler. Now that we know what is a print stream, how the compiler prints text to the screen, and what is a string literal, we can now enhance our program by writing another print method. This time we will use print line. The print line method will put the text on the console and then put the cursor on the new line, whereas the print method does not put the cursor on the new line. We can see now that learn in 10 minutes has been displayed on the screen right after hello world. It is because the cursor does not move after print method, whereas after the print line the cursor goes to the next line. As you can see that welcome to Java Basics has been displayed on a new line. If we change our first method to print line, learn in 10 minutes will also be displayed on the next line. Let's do it. I will compile it once again. You can see all the lines have been printed separately. Now that you know the difference between a print method and a print line method, we can go forward to escaping characters. Normally the characters in a string are displayed exactly as they appear in the double quotes. However, if we put an escaping character, Java combines it with the next character to form an escape sequence. The character n has a special meaning for an escaping character. It puts a new line. We will see it by compiling. I will use the shortcut key Ctrl plus F11. We can see that the statement in line number 6, learn in 10 minutes, has been printed on separate lines. This is due to the escaping characters. Here are some of the escaping characters that have their own meanings. The n is used for new line, whereas t is used to make a horizontal tab, and so on. Now you do have a good understanding of how to use the standard output stream, escaping characters, and the difference between print and print line methods. Do practice it a couple times. This will help you in better understanding. If you like this video, share it with your fellows. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lesson, in which we will discuss standard input streams.